Hello everybody, it's me, Will, back once again with another video! Today we are going to be playing I Wani Hug That Gator once again. Today for part number 7, I think? Anyway, let's get into the video. If you enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe and a comment maybe. Without further ado, let's get going. We had just finished talking at lunch with Olivia and Damien. We revealed some cool little secrets. We got Olivia to open up a bit. It turns out she had won this art contest before. Anyway, the rest of lunch we'd spent trying to talk about Liz's art process. Damien looked like he wanted to try to bring Olivia back into the conversation, but no one had any idea where she had gone. Still, part of me wants to thinks she wants to talk. So why doesn't she? Sadly, a question for another time, as Olivia's departure seemed to signal the end of lunch. At least, Liz and Davian waved goodbye, leaving me to clean up all the trash from the table. Of course they would. Including everything I'd removed from my backpack. Darn it. Photography class comes and goes. Since we're partners, Latican gives Ben and I the green light to walk around the campus. Ben shows me around to see his prime photo spots, and as such becomes an impromptu tour guide. It's actually pretty neat to see the parts of this school that I never explored that I haven't explored yet until now. Places like the music hall and the recreational pool were the most interesting to see. Currently at the courtyard, Ben points out the views of our outer landscapes around the school. No wonder why Ben was so eager to show me. These views are impeccable. But while he's explaining the images he has in his head, my mind still wanders back to Olivia. I wonder what I did to make her express herself so much. And go. Huh? I was asking if he'd be available sometimes during the weekend to take photos. Oh, I'm free Saturday. Excellent. We can meet up back here. Sounds good. As we head back to class, I begin to think if there's something I can do in history class. Please don't, man. Don't leave her alone until you're in art class. Oh god, it's her. Back in history class, Miss Procline continues prattling on about, and after a final offensive that left the entire city of Triceratops destroyed, God, what are these freaking dinosaur names? They're probably not even dinosaur names. Cynthia and Hegemony was defeated, bringing the end to the crimes against both dino and humankind. And with that, the Dino-Human War came to an end, and peace was finally declared after 10 years of strife. Of course, there was a matter of rebuilding and dousing off those fires still burning. To doze off those fires still burning, as well as to do with all the bodies and yawn. Probably care more about Miss Proclin's lecture since history plus extremely strong culture connotations, but man, is it boring. Ahead of me, Olivia has returned to her default sullen, deflated gloom. She's not glaring back at me, so she's probably over whatever that was. Or she still doesn't know I'm here. Oh boy, will that be entertaining to see. Assuming I don't end up with a mechanical pencil jammed through a lens. The other students are simply bored, only occasionally marking down something whenever it sounds like it'd be on the review sheet at the end of the week. There is, of course, no more note passing today. Miss Procline's euphosion yesterday must be on their minds. There won't be any more chances given, even though she doesn't seem threatening on her own. The consequences would be dire. Especially if she can call Salia over like that as her own personal enforcer. There's simply no getting around it. That's why a period... This is just a period we'll all have to sit through. And there isn't even any solidarity, to be had in our shared misery. It's simply the reality of high school history class. The only saving grace is that she isn't stalking her in the room looking for us to do something wrong. Instead, we're being lectured at. My hand mechanically copies down whatever she's written on the board. And while I should be paying attention to what Miss Procklin is saying, I'm more than certain that we'll be reading the exact same thing from our heavy textbook. So my eyes wander away from her and the board to scan over my peers, all equally as bored and feigning interest. Huh, I'm yawning. Eventually, there is a bit of movement ahead of me. What's she up to now? Olivia folds a sheet of notebook paper back and forth discreetly, creating a deep crease. She then licks her finger and runs it along the crease and gently pulls. Paper rips along the seam silently. Oh, is she really risking it? What's she got to gain from... It's just a note-passing game. Maybe she feels bad because she got caught yesterday. Oh boy. Olivia passes the note to her left. The student next to her raises an eyebrow but surprisingly takes the note and immediately passes it on without looking at it. One by one, my classmates pass the note along to the next. Nobody dares open the note and write something in. I surreptitiously keep track of the note in the corner of my eye as it makes it around the circuit around the room. Thankfully, Miss Procklin's eyes are focused on the board when I hear a tap on my shoulder. I reach for my ear as if to give a scratch, and then the folded page is pushed into my fingers against my ear. As I feel the edge grind against my earlobe, I chew my lip to keep the hiss of pain contained. Wait, what? Did it cut me? Probably unintentional, but the paper cut still stings bad, especially on such a fleshy part. My fingers tally with a bunch of paper on my desk. No one else is bothered with it. I couldn't exactly call it an empty canvas, but there could be potential here. There's a crumpling sound beneath my fingertips. Must have unfolded it while I was thinking. Looking at it, there's a sole doodle on the sheet. I see a pretty simple rat drawing with a very realistic hand, giving it a thumbs up. There's plenty of space this time. Miss Procklin is preoccupied at the front. I doubt she'd even notice. The temptation is there, making my fingers itch at finally getting a real chance to do something fun in this sleep-inducing class. In fact, I have the perfect idea that might catch Olivia's attention. If that doesn't ruin everything, that is. She's not uncompassionate, but Miss Procklin has a lot less tolerance for horseplay in her class. We probably wouldn't get another chance. And going by Coach Solly's one chance policy, and how these guys aren't even considering playing along, I bet it wouldn't be pretty. Kind of makes me concerned for Olivia. I could just hold on to the note and give it back after class. Heck, Olivia would never even know. I don't think she knows I'm in the class. Screw it. What's life without a bit of risk? I'll even Miss Procklin to start a new tangent to make sure I have enough time. She just said something about a single continent movement. Time to move. This is going to be basically a stick figure, but it's just a doodle. If only you could doodle a photograph. I'm not sure what's meant by that. Oh crap, wait a minute. Okay, never mind. I also know how to draw a wheelchair. I did it in the last episode. No, listen. The episode before last episode. What the hell? In the end, it looks more like an abstract depiction of a bow-legged T-Rex than I wanted. Oops. It'll have to do. I check it over one last time to make sure it's conceptualization to improve it. Ah, well. Pass the note on forwards, careful not to notify the teacher. Olivia takes the note over her shoulder, once more not checking it. She seems to deflate a bit on opening the note. Probably because there's all the blank space. Doesn't look like she recognizes whatever I did either. But I should talk to her about it after class. I don't know. Seems like the okay thing to do. She just passes the note again. What? Once more, the process of the students taking the note passes it along without looking at it. Although this time it's a little more collectively annoyed. It probably won't go around again. Why the heck would Olivia send the note around again? No one's gonna change their mind and draw something now. Is it desperation? Thoughtlessness? Whatever it is, the note's come my way again. Once I take it, I confirm that yes, no one has wrote anything. However, there is a new doodle of a rat with a flamethrower from Olivia. Cute. Right, guess this time I'll draw. How about adding myself to the sketch on the half pipe? This time I'll depict myself as just a stick figure. No use trying to go outside my skill level for a note passing game. Simple enough to do. I even include my sunglasses. Yeah, I'm liking this. Maybe I should also make Miss Procklin isn't looking my way. Yeah, she's not right now. I'm in luck. Alright, time to pass this on. Pass the note forward once more. Olivia pinches the note between two fingers, not looking back. I keep saying that, but I guess it's not weird. Why would you look back in this situation? She checks the note and is a bit down again. She glances up to the corner I'd drawn in. Uh-oh! I nearly fall out of my seat from the sudden loud noise. There's a moment of unwavering silence before a voice speaks up. Uh-oh! Miss Halford. The girl in question shrinks in her seat in embarrassment. Sorry, Miss Brooklyn, I saw a spider. Oh! Okay. I thought that was a door slamming open. I thought Sully came in. Okay. Okay. No, it's her slamming the paper down. Miss Procklin simply sighs, muttering to herself and turning her attention back to writing more notes on the board. She turns her head back slowly, just enough to be able to make eye contact with me. While she eyes me with judging contempt and curiosity, I see her hand is tenderly massaging the tip of her tail. Looking at the floor, I think she's managed to chip the linoleum. As soon as Miss Procklin turns around to continue teaching, Olivia scribbles something down. She turns to look at me once more, hesitating. Then she flicks the note in my direction. Oh, what could it be? It completely misses me. Try to catch it midair, but end up slamming my face down on my desk to get it. God damn it! Why? Mr. Anita, what was that noise? I palm the note into my sleeve and strain to keep my injured eye open. Teacher probably meant the foot stomping. I found that spider, Miss Procklin. The teacher grimaces. That better be cleaned up at the end of this class then, Mr. Anito. Yes, ma'am. I breathe a sigh of relief as my excuse weathers Miss Procklin's stare. She turns a few pages in the textbook laying on her desk and instructing my class to do the same as she searches for something. She's distracted. I can finally see what Olivia drew. What is it going to be? I wonder. Well, was it going to be, what would it be, defacing our art piece that we did? Some anger note? What will it be? Let's see. There's now a surprise. There's now a surprisingly detailed dodgeball whizzing towards my stick figure's head. I want to be upset, but I find myself admiring her motion lines. Oh, 1 second, let the dog out. Dog let out. Seriously, she should be an animator. I mull over to add and settle on giving the large rat sunglasses as well. A few seconds later, he looks twice as cool as before. I look up to Olivia, pondering how to get this back to her with a sinister idea comes to mind. Her hood hangs open from the rest of her back. It's a tough shot, but... Bingo. Olivia scratches the back of her neck to find the note, and finds the note. She looks back with squinted eyes, judging my intent and scanning me for foul play. She opens her mouth, she mouths something to me, a question I think, but I'm not the most adept lip reader, especially when said lips are thrice as long as humans. She unfolds the page. Seconds later, she already added a new sketch and folded it up. The note lands neatly on my desk this time. I inspect the latest edition. More rats! Doing decisively non-rat activities. I wonder what she'd think of a cat this time. We continue passing this sheet back and forth, adding new sketches and adding to others. My fingers are starting to tire when Miss Procklane addresses Olivia. Alright, Miss Halford, you may leave now. Everyone else, please, you may take the last 5 minutes to start your own homework. Olivia takes her time to pack her supplies, occasionally glancing my way. Gone is the paranoia. It has now become a plain confusion, as if I wouldn't play the doodle game thing with her. Even as she goes out of the classroom, I notice her still eyeing me. Her eyes still on me. I wave her goodbye. She seems shocked by that, turning her head and finally passing through the doorway. Right then, homework. Ah, you weren't paying attention, were you, huh? And now only occurs to me there's a pretty good reason the teacher doesn't want us slacking off during class. For the last 5 minutes, I try to speed read the second chapter of its entirety. Failing to get any good information to use for today's homework, I resolved to just check online for a lecture that's not boring. Maybe there's one with some good animation even. Maybe the rest of us are finally when the rest of us are finally excused, I realize that I've still got the page full of noodles. Considering all the stuff on it, I feel like it'd be a waste to just toss it away. I decided to keep it, slipping it into one of my binders, extra plastic sleeves. With everything safely packed away, I shoulder my backpack and exit the room. Man, now I get why Olivia gets to leave the class early. The halls are so packed and chaotic once class ends, I always end up being pushed around by rowdy students headed towards their next classes. Once school ends, it's even worse. When I saw it yesterday, it was something else. The word riptide comes to mind. I end up just waiting around for a few minutes for the flow to die down. It's looking like that's just going to be my routine now. I pass by a few more art displays on the way to the stairs, back down to the first floor. This isn't the art wing, but there's still a bunch of displays up. Maybe there simply isn't enough space. Something presses to my chest and lurches me to a stop. It's Olivia, holding out an arm to stop me. She's staring up at me, though less suspiciously. Her jaws open, no sound comes out. She realizes her hand is still out and retracts it awkwardly, indecisively darting between her hoodie pocket and her armrests. Is she expecting something? Oh, the note maybe. Hey, you could have told me. Huh? That you were in Miss Prockling's class too. You could have mentioned that. Sorry, guess I was sort of aiming for a bit of a dramatic reveal there. She brushes her hair aside. Well, whatever. Later, I guess. Why'd you stop me out here? She stops her chair mid-turn, her gray eyes contemplating the dirty floor. I don't really get you. Olivia's eyes turn back to me and now I can see the nervousness in her pupils. Why do you care? Why indeed? Well, I guess the main reason is I want to be friends. Oh my god. Delaire has music in the background. Please ignore it. With me, though? Sure. Those tiny moments in which I saw the Gator girl hyper-animate come to mind. I can't help but smile. Those small shows of genuine feelings. I think Mr. Latigan was right, honestly. Olivia hums in disagreement, finally turning away. Ah, crap. Maybe that was too forward of me. I swing my backpack around so I can reach inside of it. I still have that note. Note? Oh, the doodles from class right now? Why? Just figured you'd want it. It was fun filling it out and all. As I'm about to pull out of my binder, the Gator girl looks back to me and shakes her head. These are just doodles, you can throw it out. Keep it, if it's so important. For the briefest second, I could swore I saw her mouth form a tiny smile. Nope, doesn't happen in the actual thing. And now she's back to looking neutrally at... Huh. Didn't notice the school had elevators. Why don't more people use it? She flashes a key from her pocket. So that's part of her combinations. Makes sense. By now the hallway is cleared up a bit. Elevator rises and the elevator rolls in. She moves her arm to push the button and jams the key into some slot. What's the look for? You coming? Oh. I slide in beside Olivia just before the door closes. Probably safe to catch your foot. It's probably safe to catch your foot in and just reopen, but man, this thing is ancient. There's an inspection certificate lazily plastered on the door from the side. It's covered in coffee stains and other signs of age. Is this thing really safe? Olivia shrugs. What's the worst thing that'll happen? Our legs break? She eyes me with a smirk. This may have been a mistake. Ka-chunk. My heart drops as the space around me seems to drop for a split second. The sound of the worn-out elevator mechanisms fills the cramped space. How slow is this thing? I look over to Olivia. She uses this thing daily. Surely it normally runs smoother. Her mouth hangs open as an amused grin watching my sudden onset claustrophobia. Relax, dude, this is normal. Alright, this is normal. This thing jostling around like it's going to drop us any second is completely normal. When it reaches the bottom, the doors clunk open and I practically fall out. Olivia casually rolls from behind me. Somehow I sense it with a degree of superiority. Anyway, see you later. Oh, yeah. See ya. Olivia rounds the corner and I'm left to my loneliness. My senses return to me and I start making my way to the metro station. As I make the journey home, it strikes me how much progress I've made with Olivia. It definitely still is in its awkward phase, but I can see that she's opening up little by little, and it's starting to become amusing seeing her get confused by my friendly gestures. All in all, I got a pretty good feeling about this. Liz and Ben sure were overreacting though. I'll be sure to tell them all about it. Not the best idea, don't do that, but also, I don't think they're completely wrong, you just haven't gotten close yet. A week into September has come and gone, and I'm finally feeling acclimated to St. Hammond. Things have been going pretty smooth lately, if I do say so myself. Over the past week or so, I've been getting more and more used to my new friends, learning new quirks of them daily over lunch in our classes. Like Olivia's penchant for her tail whips. God damn it. As I sit on the metro to school, my foot comes up to prod the tender spot on my shin. I also learn to not borrow Olivia's stuff without asking. She usually tries to keep to herself even when partnered up, but I do my best to play nice. Not to say she's being rude or anything, just quiet. More and more I figured that part of her silence was just nerves. Accepting that silent fact, I think we've got some small understanding between us. Enough that I think she's starting to see me as a friend now. Among other things, Damien and Liz have given me their numbers. Or rather, Damien has given me both his and Liz's numbers. At first, I thought Liz would be mad at Damien, had basically doxed her, but she didn't seem to mind, and he explained his reasons. I also got Ben's number, since he figured we'd be doing a lot more team projects in photography class. My eyes roll over the past messages from my new friends. I became so engrossed rereading them that I nearly missed the announcement of my stop. I scrambled to get out of the metro, the closing doors just catching my jacket and forced me to yank it up before I'm dragged down the tracks. Not gonna let that bring my mood down though. It's Friday, meaning after today comes the weekend. It's a quiet walk from the station, and I can see the school enter my field of view now. The school looks completely barren. Is it closed? Weird. I look around at some of the small stores that surrounded the school, the ones that are usually staffed by student workers. They're also empty. One of them has lights on, but it's just a manager looking over some paperwork inside. I don't recall any announcement about a holiday today. And while I admit I've forgotten what day it was in the past, I'm absolutely certain it's Friday. So where's everyone? Even the entryway to the school is barren. The door probably won't even open. Yep. Hello? I dance a bit in front of the camera, watching the door. Does not respond. You know what? Damien would know what's going on. Flip through the contacts and find Damien's number. Put the phone to my ear and pray he picks up. After a minute or so of waiting, the dial tone is cut off and replaced by his voice. Yo, what up, Nico? Hey, Damien. At the score right now, and it looks like no one's here. What's on about? Huh? What do you... There's a brief pause at the end of the line. Ooh, oh! Didn't you hear? Hear what? Today's the last warm day of the season, so everyone's celebrating. Celebrating? Yeah, we're actually having a cookout at my place today. So, you want to come over? That's the generous but spontaneous offer caused me to hesitate for a moment to respond. Thanks for that, Damien, but it's alright. I wouldn't want to intrude on your guys' party. What? It's no big deal. It's not a big deal at all, dude. My folks enjoy the company. And there's gonna be plenty to eat, too. Plus, Olivia's here as well. I weigh my options. Either go to the party or could just take the metro back to home and sit in my room, doing nothing. Okay, you still there, buddy? That face is great. Yeah, still here. Was just clearing my schedule. Yeah, sure, I wouldn't want... you sure it wouldn't be an issue? Of course not, amigo. A friend of mine is a friend of the family. Well, alright then. Nice! I'll text you the address. See ya soon, compadre. Compadre. With that, the call ends. And not a few seconds later, I got a text notification. That's pretty cool, though. Since they're, dinos, they're cold-blooded. The last warm day of the season, I guess, would be something to celebrate, because now it's going to be hell for them for the next few months. D-Man. Go a long way around. The neighbor doesn't train his dog, lol. I copy and paste the address to my Google Maps, and looks like Damien lives pretty close to the school. Of course, it's a little longer taking Damien's instructions, but I'm not about to outrun a loose dog with my physique. Well, better make my over then. They on it again. And this audio in the background is pretty good, actually. Well, that's the alarm. That is all for today's video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed it. I am really liking this video. Not video, damn. This game. I like it a lot. It is really nice, and I'm hooked. So, I'm definitely gonna play this one through. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. If you do, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.